Hello, I'm Jessica Ramirez, and I'll be presenting employee burnouts. What is a employee burnout? According to the CDC, an employee burnout can make workers feel exhausted, less connected to their work, and some workers even leave their jobs or their current careers because of it. An employee burnout is a serious problem for both a worker and its employer because when an employee feels burnt out, they feel stress, less interested in their jobs, have trouble focusing and completing those tasks, and over time it can cause a negative workplace environment. Burnout can produce several important consequences for both employees and employers. Such effects are lowering productivity, reduced performances by those affected employees, struggling with motivation, concentration, efficiency, and in the likelihood increased errors. Also, another effect is poor well-being, introducing mental and physical health outcomes such as depression, emotional withdrawals from work, leading into reducing job satisfaction by weakening morale, increasing feeling of disconnect from one's responsibilities and roles. Burnouts can contribute to higher turnovers, therefore increasing recruitment, hiring, and training costs while disrupting workplace stability. Lastly, weaken the work environment, and this is reducing engagement, increasing personal strain or interpersonal strain, and undermining communication. The following are impacts of employee burnouts on human resource management functions. The first one is an employee burnout can strongly affect performance appraisal because it influences several behaviors that employees commonly evaluate. Burnouts can also lower motivation because those employees who are emotionally exhausted often decrease their energy, commitment to their job, weaken their connection to workplace, and increases chances of conflict and tension with others. Burnouts can also affect performance management in several different ways. For example, employees who are burnt out often have lower productivity and may work slower, making more mistakes, and have inconsistent performances. Burnouts also hurt teamwork and service quality. It increases conflict, making it harder for employees to work with others, and not providing strong support can affect customer service. Is there a solution? Yes. The following are solutions to employee burnouts. The first solution is redesigning workload and improving staffing. This means an employer should regularly check in with an employee to make sure they are not given too much work, making sure that the work is evenly distributed within the employees and whether they are completing those jobs. An employee with too much work and not enough staff can create stress. This leads into having manager support. Managers should make the employee feel like they have more freedom, have more stability, and lower stress by checking on them daily, listening to their problems, and explaining tasks clearly, helping workers understand the importance of daily tasks. When an employee feels trusted and less overwhelmed, this turns into a healthy work environment. Having a healthy workplace environment removes toxicity and improves productivity. Having freedom and flexibility encourages employees to take their regularly given breaks that are not interrupted, as well as PTO, sick time, and all of the resources they have to offer. In the end, I've learned that an employee burnout is a real and serious problem that makes employees feel tired, stressed, and most importantly, less connected to their jobs. The good news is that it can be prevented when an employee takes action, such as the following: fixing heavy workloads, supporting their staff, offering more flexible work times. Overall, keeping employees happy and healthy is a good way for both an employee and an employer to succeed. Everyone has a personal connection with an employee burnout. We've all felt overwhelmed, stressed, unappreciated on a job throughout our life. I've learned burnouts have real consequences, touching both in potential effects on employees, such as important aspects on human resource functions across organizations. It is very important to know that it is preventable. An employer has control, and I've learned it's a shared responsibility for both an employee and an employer. And I'm proud of the resources that I was able to retrieve, like the CDC. And what I would have done differently, probably nothing. I'm content with my work. References I use for my PowerPoint presentation: Occupational Safety and Health Administration, Workplace Stress, Guidance and Tips for Employees, U.S. Department of Labor, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, Providing Support for Workers, Mental Health, Harvard Business Review, American Psychological Association, Mayo Clinic staff, and Harvard Business.